They said it's easier when you let go. Everything falls back into place. Every motion pre-written in silence. Every step already traced. There's a comfort in following lines and repeating what's been done. But something never sits inside it. Something always comes undone. I stayed longer than I should have inside a frame that felt complete. But every shape I tried to settle never matched what moved in me. Kept not by choice but by design. Something holding in the distance, never fully mine. Kept in a space I didn't choose. Every time I tried to leave it, I had more to lose. They called it structure, they called it control. But every rule they built around me never reached what made me whole. There's a pattern in the staying, in the things we never break. Not because they truly matter, but because we hesitate. I felt it shift without a warning, a quiet change beneath the frame. The moment something real begins moving, nothing ever stays the same. Kept not by force but by the weight. Every second left unspoken decides what we become too late. Kept in a form that doesn't fit. Every line I try to follow splits a little bit. I don't need to tear it open, don't need to force it into shape. There's a truth in what is holding, even when it feels like waste. Every step outside the outline draws a path I've never seen. Every moment I resist, it pulls me further in between. They said the system always balances, everything returns again. But something living in the fracture never follows where it bends. Kept not by meaning, not by name. Something stays without a reason, and it never stays the same. Kept not a loss but not a gain, just a presence in the distance I can never explain. So let it hold me if it has to, let it stay without a form. There's a space inside the pressure where something else is born. Kept not a place that I belong, but something I keep moving through, like it's been there all along. It started where the line went soft, not breaking, just off. Every step I tried to play shifted when I thought it stopped. I kept it close, I let it move, didn't try to force it through. Every shape I thought I knew changed the moment I came into view. I don't need it straight, I don't need it clear. There's something in the way it bends that keeps it near. Almost right, not quite there. Every time I think I've got it, it's You left the line unfinished like it was never meant to close. I kept reading what wasn't there, tracing gaps like they were whole. Not broken, not fixed, just suspended in between. A shape that almost fits but never leaves. I don't need the answer now, don't rewrite what we became. There's a rhythm in the absence, and I'm starting to stay. It slips, not falling, just loosening its frame. Every word you didn't say still carries weight. I don't fall straight anymore, I've been where it feels unclear. There's something in the misaligned that keeps it near. No signal, no sign, still I feel it respond. Not a voice, not a sound, just attention drawn. You said nothing changed, but it never stayed the same. There's a quiet shift in motion that I can't explain. So I stop trying to define it, let it blur into the flow. There's a truth in the distortion I don't need to know. It moves without asking, no pattern I can trace. Every pause becomes a language I don't replace. I don't want it clean anymore, don't correct what feels right. There's a beauty in the offset, in the slide. No closure, no end, just a form incomplete. But it holds more weight than something concrete. I don't need you closer now, just don't disappear the same. Leave a mark in the distance I can't name. I don't follow straight anymore, I've been where it feels unclear. There's something in the misaligned that keeps it near. Not gone, not here, just existing in the span. I don't reach for the answer, I just understand. They built it small so it would hold a method hard to see. Every step reduced to something barely more than it could be. It works in quiet repetitions, nothing out of line. Every motion kept within it, every edge refined. It felt enough to carry through, no need to rearrange. But something in the smallest movement started drifting out of range. A slight delay between the actions, a pause too thin to catch. Every time I tried to settle, something slipped the match. Minor method, a way of keeping distance inside the smallest move. Minor method, a form that stays consistent until it loses truth. They said it keeps the system stable, keeps the motion clean. Every change remains contained within what's already seen. But the moment pressure lingers just a second longer than planned. Every step begins to echo something slightly out of hand. I watched it fold into itself, too subtle to resist. Every line they tried to follow split inside the twist. Not a break, not collapse, just a shift you couldn't name. Every part that stayed connected never stayed the same. Minor method, a shape that keeps returning but never fully ends. You can trace it if you want to, follow every line, but the closer that you get to it, the less it will align. And it won't break when you expect it, it won't show you where there's a change inside the pattern that was always there. Minor method, not a rule you can define, just a way it moves within. It starts before you notice, just a shift you can't explain. Every step you thought was steady leans a little out of place. You feel it, then it's gone. Every time you try to hold it, it moves on. I kept it close, but not too tight. Every line I tried to follow didn't feel right. Almost there, not the same. Every shape I try to keep changed its name. I don't need to fix it now, don't need to understand. There's something in the way it moves that slips out of my hands. Too close, too far. Every mark I try to trace is never where you are. You said it stays the same, but I felt it shift again. Every word we tried to hold never led to where it began. Say it, don't say it, let it go. Every time I get too close, it won't show. Hold it, break it, leave it. Don't. Every shape I try to follow never stays what it was. I don't want it clean anymore, don't need it straight. There's a beauty in the way it bends in the slide. It moves, then fades. Every line I try to trace rearranges. And maybe it was always like this, never meant to stay. Every time I think I have it, it slips away. I call it Merivon. I don't know what it is, but I feel it move. It stays like Merivon, not a line I ever keep, just something I lose. I don't try to name it clearly, don't hold it in one place. Every time I get too close to it, it changes shape. It doesn't need a reason, doesn't need a frame. There's something in the way it moves that won't stay the same. You held it just before it changed, like something might give way. Every word you almost said faded as you stayed. It felt close enough to touch, still just out of reach. Every moment left unspoken, shift to what we'd be. There was a space between the lines, thin enough to miss. Every time we tried to name it, it turned into this. Let it slip, not a fall, just losing hold. Something moving through. Let it slip, not a choice you meant to make, just a drift from you. You said wait, give it time, let it settle down, but every second's just too long, never stayed around. You kept it light, kept it low, never let it land. Every time it came too close, it slipped out of hand. Say it, don't say it, hold it, let it go. Caught in the space where it won't show. Almost, not quite, close but never there. Every little pause turns into air. want, but didn't let it stay. Every moment that you held back pulled it further away. Not a break, not a fall, just a turn we didn't take. Every line we tried to follow slowly lost its shape. I don't need it for the moment, I don't need it still. There's a rhythm in the silence, something we don't feel. Every second left between us carried something new. Every time we try to close it, it slipped out of you. Let it slip, not a loss, you carry on, just a change in flow. Let it slip, not a line that disappears, just a space below. You can feel it when it happens, just before it moves. Every word that almost forms leaves a trace of you. Every time we try to hold it, something shifts again. Every shape we think is stable never really ends. Say less, feel more, let it move, don't control. Every second changes what we know. Too close, too far, never where we stand. Every little slip rewrites the plan. You don't have to name it now, don't have to decide. There's a truth inside the distance we can't keep inside. Every step we almost take lingers where we pause. Every time we try to settle breaks what never was. Let it slip, not a place we ever stay. Just to stay, we pass within. They said it's soft before it showed a weight that leaned unseen. Every answer held with care, every line kept clean. It felt almost right from there, nothing out of place, but something quiet in the balance tilted out of grace. There was a shift inside the pressure, too small to rearrange, a gentle pull beneath the surface that slowly bent the range. Tender bias, leaning in the measure, a drift that won't confess. Tender bias, a change you never notice until it won't reset. They trusted would appear consistent, would never seem to move. Every form built out of symmetry, every edge a line to prove. But the moment something touches what was held at equal ground, one side carries something extra, one side turns around. I felt it tilt a little, lean a little, pull it down. Never loud, never clear, still it's just without a sound. Not a break, not collapse, just a weight that starts to slide. Every line they try to hold leans a little to one side. I watched it form without a warning, felt the balance start to slide. Every line that looked so certain held a curve they couldn't hide. Not a failure, not a flaw, just a weight that leaned too far. Every point they tried to center missed the place it really was. That tilt, a signal in the stillness, a quiet change in tone. That pull, a motion without force, a shift already grown. The structure didn't fall apart, it changed the way it stood. Every answer kept its surface, but not the way it could. Every step they tried to follow leaned a little off the line. Every move they called stable bring it back to center. Try to hold it in control, but every push toward perfection lost the sense of what was whole. You can keep it near the surface, you can smooth it out again, but the moment something settles, it begins to lean within. Tender bias, a weight you never counted, a shift you never named. Tender bias, a balance left unmeasured that never stays the same. They set the lines before it formed a number fixed in place. Every answer held in order, every path assigned a space. It looked crumbly from where they stood, nothing left to change. Every motion drawn in silence, every outcome prearranged. It built it up from distant logic, kept it clean and undefined. Every edge reduced to measure, every break left out of mind. Still something quiet kept returning, a tension they couldn't name, a point that never stayed in sequence, a shift inside the frame. Unite, a point without a position, a mark that won't remain. Unite, a value out of measure, a step outside the chain. They said the system holds together, every force resolves in time, every number finds its meaning, every path returns to line. They trusted distance over contact, trusted form above the ground. Every answer drawn from theory, never heard a living sound. But the moment something enters, something real beneath the skin, what was stable from a distance starts to bend from within. I watch the pattern start to loosen, small changes hard to trace. Every line they tried to steady slipped a little out of place. I saw the edges lose their tension, felt the surface start to give. Every point they tried to anchor shifted just enough to live. Not a failure, not a flaw, just a point they couldn't hold. Every time they tried to name it, it refused the shape they told. That point, a signal through the structure, a break inside the